Hello again, everybody. It's been so long since I've been able to sit down and have a hair chat with friends. Although I do tell my own friends in my life that I wear hair, everybody knows I wear hair, I can never really sit down and just have a good old chat with them, you know, where I can see that their eyes are lighting up with interest and they've got plenty of questions. Nobody like other hair wearers, and I know that the people who watch these wig reviews are hair enthusiasts. We have discovered the magic of hair wearing, and we're realizing what it is that it can bring to our life. The magic, the fun, the excitement, the enthusiasm for getting dressed up and getting out the door is totally reignited when you know that you're going to be finishing off your look with fabulous, glorious, crowning hair. Now, obviously, I'm wearing Heidi. I did her review and I have been wearing Heidi so much over these last few weeks. She's come with me on grandmother duty. I've been going out and about with her, and I've been loving it when people say, "Oh, you don't look old enough to be a grandmother." Oh, that's great. I'm sure they don't exactly mean it, you know. We're very polite in this country. But it's nice to hear. Well, I thought, well, if I'm enjoying one hair, long brunette, how about I look for another one? Have you noticed recently how inflation has affected the cost of living? Cost of living is creeping up. I've got several hundred more pounds outlay every month that I used to, and that's definitely going to eat into my hair budget. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I'm casting a very keen eye at the moment on clearance and sale, and I came across Mischa Paula Young. She's another long one. She comes in several different colours, and yet again I chose to go for brunette. As you know, Heidi is a 10. She's a very soft, natural brown. I think you have quite a good representation of that colour and how the light catches that ashy brown there that you can see. I've loved Heidi's shape that frames the face, and I have found that the layers have worked very well for me, and I've found that they've been very flattering and very easy to manage, not too much around your face. Mischa came the other day, and my goodness, I'm very excited about her. I know that Mischa is quite long, and I know she has many layers. Because she was on sale, the colours were relatively limited, and I went for 812A. The name for 812A is Pecan Delight, and that tells me that there is quite a lot of ashy brown in this colour. I can also see that there is more caramel highlights in 812A as compared to the 10. She is that little bit brighter. She's got a little bit more sort of movement in the colour due to these highlights. Interestingly, I was very sort of intrigued to realise that she didn't have any lace front at all. As you know, Heidi has got a really good lace front, and then she goes into the closed cap at the top with the permatease. And as you can see here, with Misha, she has wefts on the top, very close together, so I'm expecting the coverage to be pretty good, with a little strip of closed cap here in the centre. Yeah, let's shake her out and try her on. I've taken the labels off because I'm definitely going to keep her. First thing I notice is that the swoop goes to the right, like with most styles. Very rarely do I find anything that goes to the left. She's very comfortable. The cap is really very comfortable. It's true medium in my opinion. There's not really anything loose up here. Not really much, a tiny bit, maybe half a centimetre for your existing hair. But yeah, very quickly I can see that she is very layered. The layers at the front are much shorter than Heidi, much more pronounced, really quite short here, just down to my nose. There is some permatease on the top. Have a look. Permatease here, just in front of the crown. Permatease well done, should really be pretty invisible. The length, I was expecting it to come longer on me, but it's pretty much mid-chest. Not much longer than Heidi, I don't think. And because of the permatease, you can fluff her up a little bit to get a little bit more lift and body around your face. There's a pronounced step here with Misha. You know, you've got your layers that are layering in to around jawline and then feathering in to the rest of the length. Let's look at her from the back. I'm quite excited about her. I think the highlights kind of can give your complexion a little bit of a lift. Of course, I'm wearing my No. 7 soft cherry lipstick, which has become a real favourite. And I've always lived in hope that one day I might have a signature lipstick, and I think I finally found one. Very good. Pretty versatile. Let's clip her up on one side. Now I'm very pleased to report that I have dyed my hair here, and it really makes such a difference. The dye I use is pretty much a medium brown, and whatever happens, happens. Look at this. Pretty natural, I think. She is really easy to put an Alice band in because there's no thickness and density here at the side because of the layers. The layers make her so easy to wear an Alice band in. And I think she looks very natural. I know I keep saying that. You know, when I don't have hair on and I'm thinking about wearing hair, I always, you know, lie in bed and think, okay, what am I going to wear today? And I think, oh, I'll have Soft and Subtle or Heidi or whatever. And then I start to sort of think, oh, I hope she's going to look good today. I hope that style is going to look natural. And every time I take that piece out of the box and put her on my head, I'm astounded at how natural she looks. It's such an art form, isn't it? Making modern styles, and they do it so well. I keep saying this also, but I really need to look into how these wigs are made. How are the fibres created, and how are they shaped? You know, do they have hairstylists standing there and then styling every piece? I wonder. I'd love to know. I've had friends come over and they have said, "Oh, we'd love to try all of your wigs." Now I've got coming up to about 29, 29, all stacked up in that cupboard. You saw where I keep them. And because I have bought those styles specifically to my taste and to suit my own face shape, they've tried them on and they haven't really suited them very well, or they've just looked really wiggy on them. And it made me realise how important it is to buy something that actually goes and enhances your features, the shape of your face. It makes all the difference to making that style natural. My friends have turned around and said, you know, they look so natural on you. I really thought they'd look natural on me. Now, the two people that I'm specifically thinking of are actually 6 foot, 6 foot and a little bit, and they have got bigger, you know, head circumference than I do. And they've been trying all of my hair on, which is a medium cap. And it just shows you how trying to squeeze in to a cap that is too small for you puts all of these wefts under strain, and somehow or other the fibres don't really lay as they should, and as a result the piece doesn't look so natural. So it's really important, if you are a large, to go for a large. You may actually notice a great improvement. I did think actually I'm going to snap up as many of these pieces as I can, especially if I find them on the sale. There may be a time in the future when I'm not going to be able to afford to buy the things that I want. There's a website, it's a British website called Mimo Wigs, and they offer sort of like a payment plan, and I think it's through Klarna, but I'm not altogether sure what it's called. But anyway, the long and the short of it is it's a payment plan. If, for example, and I have got my eye on a Raquel Welch, as I've mentioned before, Wavy Day I think it's called, sort of shoulder length beach waves, but she's expensive. I mean, you know, Raquel Welch is expensive. Even though I think that Raquel Welch is of pretty comparable quality to other brands, you know, Gabor for example, not that much in it, I don't think. You know, even something like this, I mean, I remember a little while ago I bought, well, I can't remember the name, but I'll look it up and I'll write it on the screen. And it was obviously a Raquel Welch, and she did have permatease on the top. I promise you, the permatease was no better and no worse than this. And this cost me £39 in the sale, and the other one cost much more. I don't think that any one brand offers that really very noticeably superior product. And I often think that going from piece to piece, even if it's a repeat purchase of the same style, can often give you quite different results. Well, I know that Leading Lady that I bought a little while ago, the curl pattern is kind of a bit crazy on that. It really is a bit crazy. But I'm pretty sure that if I was to buy another Leading Lady, the curl pattern would be better. Pretty sure. So yes, if you see something, it's a good price and you like it, I really think, you know, we ought to be buying these pieces now while they're still relatively affordable. So as I've been speaking, this style has calmed down, and you can get a very good idea now of how she's going to lay, the sort of volume you can expect from her. and the movement, very, very lovely, very natural, very natural. The 812A gives you that nice medium ashy 8 that I love and is totally my comfort zone, and then the brighter 12. But you know, I don't know what A stands for. I wonder. Now that I've dyed my hair and all of the bits at the back have been dyed, I can now think quite confidently about putting up a piece like this without worrying too much about the white showing through at the back. I do believe that the layers that have been cut into this style lend themselves very well to this updo. And they're all pretty self-contained. It kind of looks like its own style here because it's impeccably cut. Do you see all those layers and how they fall? How lovely. I've clipped up the slightly longer pieces so that we can see how these shorter pieces might be. Not everybody wants the tendrils at the side, and I don't blame you. Kind of looks like a short, you know, haircut, really, when you've got her up, because it's of the way it falls. Okay. So you can have the option of the long hair on a hot day by putting her up, and then if you're going somewhere a little bit cooler, you can always just take her down and you have got that perfect hair, perfectly coloured, highlighted, perfectly styled. Okay guys, I've turned the camera back on because I really wanted to share something with you real time. This is the sort of thing that every hair wearer experiences, no matter how many years you've been wearing hair. You'll always get some invite that makes you feel a little bit nervous. I've just received a text that's been forwarded to me by my husband. He has a good friend, he's very much his friend, who has sent him a text saying that him and I are invited over to their house tomorrow to have dinner, probably outside because the weather is so hot, and could we both come? It says mid-afternoon and we'll have dinner early evening. Now, as a hair wearer, you know, I've always favoured going out in the evenings because the light is lower and I can kind of disguise hair better. But when I have an invite to go over to someone's house when the sun is still out, to be around people that I don't really know very well, but also around my husband's friends, where there's going to be, you know, several of his male friends and probably their own wives, none of whom wear hair. They've all been blessed with lovely thick hair. Yes, I still have a moment of thinking, shall I accept this invitation or not? And I'm always tempted to think, actually, I'm going to pass. It's such a shame, isn't it? Because I'm wearing hair in order to feel more comfortable around people, amongst other reasons. But certainly when it comes to situations like this, I would feel even more nervous if I was going au naturel. And I know in my mind that I ought not to turn invitations down. I know that because I don't want to hide away because of my hair loss, hence the hair wearing. But that means necessarily that I'm going to have to go out in hair, close proximity, in bright light, with people who I don't know very well. My biggest fear is of somebody looking at me and kind of thinking, oh my God, she's wearing a wig. Why? Why is she wearing a wig? And then have to go through that whole charade of them looking at my hair and trying to figure it out, and me squirming under their gaze. I'm not altogether sure exactly what I'm going to do, but actually I think I owe it to myself to accept the invitation. Editing life and hair here. This is amazing. I wore this piece for the rest of the day after shooting the video, and I decided I was going to put her up in a ponytail. I had no idea she was going to be so amazingly natural. Just check this out. I really hope that you get an idea of how natural she is at the back. I was thinking, you know, maybe with a pair of glasses like this, sunglasses probably, I'm pretty sure that I can probably get away with wearing her to that event I was telling you about earlier. Really beautiful. Sorry, I've got a new kitten. I've chosen to wear this dress. I'll show you the colour and the pattern. Pink background with kind of red and a darker pink leaf. She's a wrap at the top and then goes down relatively straight with 2 slits. Lovely detail here, elasticated here on the arm. And I think with Misha, she looks pretty good. Earrings in. Because it's daytime, I didn't want anything really big and heavy. These give you the length and the drama, but are very, very light and discreet at the same time. And I really love that about them. I actually bought them from Marks and Spencer's years ago, and I've worn them every year since, maybe even 10 years ago. So how has everybody been? Have you been enjoying wearing your styles? How do you all feel now about your hair loss? I do get still some messages about ladies, sometimes my age, sometimes a little bit younger, who have been very upset about the hair loss experience that they've been going through. And it is a very traumatic thing, I believe, particularly for a younger woman to go through. And it's something that I can completely relate to, and I still remember exactly how it felt. The unpleasant and panic-stricken feeling when I felt that I couldn't hide my hair loss and that other people may be starting to notice it. At this stage of the game with me, I have been wearing hair now for long enough that the people that I see regularly don't actually remember probably what my own hair was like, and they probably have no idea as to how advanced my hair loss has become. And I'm in no hurry to enlighten them about it. I'm pretty comfortable with where the boundaries are right now. Those people that I do go out and socialize with, I have now a collection of relatively long kind of brown styles that I interchange. And you know, I've noticed that because I keep the same color or thereabouts, you know, give or take, you know, if I was to be in Heidi one day and Misha the next, I'm not sure that many people would really notice, and I feel pretty sure that people's hair does change really from month to month. They kind of don't don't really notice the small differences in my style right now. And that's really nice because I can keep my styles fresh, I can keep the interest going. It makes me feel confident and relaxed, and I'm so grateful for the realism that these pieces give. Sometimes when it's just Steve and I and we're going out for the day, and we do like to go out every Saturday, we like to take a trip out, I like to experiment with something a little bit bigger. And if it doesn't look natural, although I can't imagine what style I've got at the moment that doesn't look natural, but if it doesn't look low volume, you know, it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter to me. An example of that, for example, might be the John Renault Top Smart 18-inch wavy. It's very long, right from the front, uniform all the way around, and I have loved wearing that on my days out. It's kind of fantasy hair. Okay, you know, it's not the blonde, but I am inching my way forward with that, I assure you. But it's still kind of princess hair in my book. I'm 53, I get to do princess hair. I'm very happy with that, very grateful for that. Yes, I'm fine with people not remembering my own hair. Now, my own friends, when we FaceTime and I'm at home and I don't have hair on, it's not a problem. They get to see me. But they know very well now that when I go out to their house or go out and see them, I am going to be wearing something. And I change it up so much more with my very close girlfriends. You know, I change colour, I change cut, I change length, absolutely no problem. But the point that I'm trying to make is, when I go and socialise with friends of Steve's, say, who are kind of my friends, but we're not very, very close, and most of them are men, I just have a set of relatively long, kind of brunette, that I interchange, and it's all very relaxing, very lovely, nobody says anything. You always know when someone's thinking about your hair because you can see that their eyes are glued to your hair. They're kind of talking to you, but you can see that they're looking up into your hairline or really penetrating to see, well, can I see any wefts there? Is there any permaties? Is that a wig? You know, you can tell the difference. And people, quite frankly, just look me in the eye when they speak to me. They're not even thinking about my hair. And the only time I think about my hair is when I'm thinking, I am so blooming glad that I've got this hair on. And I just want to share for those people who are new to my channel that I secure my hair very well when I'm out and about. If it's a lace front, I put tape on, or I will put a fair amount of it stays on the front and towards the top. And then I have combs in the side and I have a comb in the back, and no matter how I'm flipping my hair around, going side to side, I know that that hair's not going to move. And it gives me the confidence to relax, you know, to put my hair down, to tuck it behind my ear, very confidently, not thinking about it, and you're absolutely setting the tone for how other people get to look at you and what they think about how you look. Absolutely setting the tone. When I'm out and about and I'm walking around, I see women take a double take looking at my hair. They're not admiring me for my tremendous beauty, but I know that they're looking, and I can practically hear it. Oh, that's a nice blonde. How does she get it to be so nicely highlighted and not at all brassy, and I can't see any dodgy root? Wow, how does she do that? That's absolutely what they're thinking. And it's nice. It's a blessing, and it's very, very nice. So here we are. Misha, this is my review. I hope you've enjoyed my review, and I have loved having this space and time to talk hair with other ladies who are as enthusiastic as I am. I will catch you next time, and enjoy your hair until then.